every time I light a candle, I think about feeling first before notes. So when I step into my home, I want it to feel good because this is my sanctuary, this is my space. It smells like a lived-in home, but like elevated and like freedom to pick what you love. Which I know sounds a little deep, but it's true. I really do believe this is the best vanilla candle in the world.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Scent World. I'm Marianne Mychaskiw, and I am honored to be joined by the king of candles, candle care expert, and author of Let It Burn, Illuminate Your Life with Candles and Fragrance, Kudzi Chikumbu.
As your bougie uncle, I want your home to smell amazing. A wasabi-scented candle? Well, let's try it and see. This is Book Loft. Classic, warm boyfriend candle, but not too strong. How I scent my home when guests are visiting. It's very demure, very mindful. The candles are not overpowering. You can't smell your candles in your home because you're using them wrong. 3 reasons, let me tell you why. Can you light, please? Quality scents for quality time.
Kuzi, thank you so much for coming to Scent World.
Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. I feel like you're always so good at creating a sense of space with the candles that you feature. And I've learned so much about candles just by watching your content. And to kick things off, does bougie really mean candle in French?
Yes, bougie means candle in French. You'll see on some candles, it'll say bougie parfumée right here.
Oh
this
my
is
gosh.
a diptyque candle. It says bougie parfumée. Bougie means candle, perfume. Parfumé means perfumed. So it's like a perfumed candle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
gosh. So I'm kind of bougie. Not I'm like, I think of myself as accessible bougie. So I think it's like the perfect
You're
word.
a bougie uncle, right?
Bougie uncle is like one of my new themes that I'm doing. And it's perfect because I just had a niece. So I'm like an uncle.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I love candles and like a little bit bougie. So I was like, perfect. Bougie uncle.
We love it. It's a play on words. Today, we're going to be talking about scent styling and how to set the mood with fragrance and wax and room sprays, etc. So you kind of wrote the book on how to scent style a space. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, I fancy myself a little bit of a scent architect now. Kind of stumbled into fragrance in Paris, and I came back home with this candle, and it took me back to my trip on Paris. And I started to realize you can evoke emotion and like feeling or transport yourself to another place using scent. So as my love of candles grew, I decided to share that love of candles. And in the book, I talk about how you can create your mood and bring light into your life in a way that's like really authentic and fun to you, like using candles. So that's how I think about like scenting spaces beyond like it smells good. It's more like, what do you want to feel?
Exactly. You know? And I feel like feeling and emotion and scent is such a hot conversation when you're talking about like scents that you wear, but I always really appreciate it when you walk into a nice hotel and they have a signature scent and it kind of gives you like a sense of space that makes you feel more relaxed. And how would you say that scent and feeling are connected?
Well, there's a lot of science on this. I'm not a scientist and I've only read little bits of this. I'm just a bougie uncle who loves candles, not a scientist. But certain smells can, they say, elevate your mood. So like maybe it's like kick up dopamine or like the serotonin, just make you feel like relaxed. They can make you feel like more open and like happy. So there's like the scientific basis of it, but there's also the nostalgia of it.
Yes.
So a lot of scents can take you back to like happy moments, times with your friends when you were at the fair. I grew up in South Africa. We didn't even call it the fair. Whatever, where you have, fun. Or even like same with fine fragrance, your perfume can take you to certain trips or like moments in your life. So it's that nostalgia plus the science of how scent kind of interacts with your brain to like really help you feel whatever emotion that you want. So that's the part that I love the most, actually.
I love that too. What was the candle that you picked up in Paris?
It's called E50.
Okay.
Do you know Baccarat Rouge?
Yes.
Okay,
I know Baccarat Rouge?
I love Baccarat Rouge. So the brand is called Francis Kirchen, which people know, but it was this candle. It's called E50. And I was shopping with friends in Paris and Galerie Lafayette. So good. And let me tell you the story because this is amazing. So I was shopping with friends and they were like a little slow with the shopping. I'm like a solo shopper. I like to shop fast and quick. I don't like look around too much. I'm like, I like it, I buy it, we go. Because I don't like to linger.
Yes.
Some people say I need to chill out. That's okay. And so I was waiting for them. And then I saw the Francis Kurkdjian stand and I was smelling the perfumes because I knew Baccarat Rouge, but I didn't know the full range. And then the sales associate person was like, check out like the candles because I had time. And I sniffed this one and almost instantly, I could see like a picture. It almost felt like living in Paris in my late 20s, early 30s, kind of like artisty, but kind of like with the rich friends.
Yes.
And I have this great apartment. And like, this is what this smelled like. I'm playing R&B music and like maybe I'm like cooking or something. So like, it almost transported me to a scene into this Paris living that I didn't. So I was like, let me buy it. I never bought anything this expensive. It was as a candle. It was like 90 euros.
Okay.
Which is... I normally used to spend like $20 on a candle.
Yeah, exactly.
So like this is a lot, but vacay, it's YOLO situation. So
Tax
I got
free.
it. Yeah, let's just add to cart. So I went back home and then a few weeks later or months later, I reopened it again and like it took me back to that trip. And over time, as I grew kind of the show Candleman platform, I met the Francis Kurkdjian team. I actually just met the CEO recently. And it turns out that this candle there's a lot to this candle, which came to my mind, which I didn't know. It's called O17 because that's like the home of Francis Kurkdjian. So like that idea of home that I was smelling was there. The black on the inside, I don't know if you can see that, this inside black. Okay. It's reminiscent of his like black paint on his walls and like black accents. It's all about his home, like actually his home in Paris. And this gold lid, this particular shade of like this like dusty brown, kind of aged gold is meant to reflect kind of like how the light hits the rooftops in Paris at a specific hour. So it's like all very intentional.
Wow.
And so that scene that I was seeing is very much like not his scene, but it's close to what the intention of this candle was. And I really got to understand like it looks like a candle, but it's so much more. It's really an expression of creativity and like love and like sharing, bringing light into your life.
I love how you picked that up. Like, at first whiff too, you were like, I can imagine this scene, but your version of it, right? Yeah. I love that. And that is kind of the candle that launched the phenomenon that is Sir Candleman.
I would say so. It's the first post. Because I used to tell the story and I was like, I mean, this is true. But then I went back all the way down to my Instagram. It's the first post is like this candle. It's me sniffing this candle.
I love
So it's like very real, yeah.
What was your relationship with fragrance before this one entered your life?
I was born in Zimbabwe. Okay. That's where I grew up. And we grew up in the suburbs and we had a lot of flowers, but like roses and gardenia, just like lots of flowers and all very fragrant. And like, like true, they're like in the actual garden. So I remember that my aunt used to work in a department store. So she used to bring back a lot of samples and I always used to ask for samples. That was my original love of fragrance. I was definitely an oversprayer.
Same. I still am.
Yeah. Now I'm even more.
But I mean, is that not the best compliment? You smell good.
Oh my God, I love it.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Now it's interesting. It depends on the day.
Yes.
Some days I know I want to just be given compliments. So I'll do my tried and tested duo, of scents. And then sometimes, because I'm always trying to learn new things, I don't really care because I'm just like trying a new thing. If I'm not going out that day, I'll probably be trying a new thing. So I try a lot of new fragrances every week.
Okay. But what's your tried and tested duo that you just mentioned?
Okay. So this is like, I'm giving it away, but people know this. Okay. So I do a 3-part. It's like a 3-part thing. I start with like a leathery mineral scent. It's called Ganymede by Marc-Antoine Barrois. It's a hit. It's amazing.
Okay.
That alone, the people will be falling over you. Then I want to have like a sweet. I love like gourmands and like sweet. So I do the hazelnut chocolate pear, kind of woody situation Guidance by Amouage. So imagine like a leathery kind of mineral base. And then you add all of this like deep, sweet, hazelnutty, pear, chocolatey, woody. And then I want like it to really be a cloud. So I either do ISO Eve, so Molecule from Molecule 1 by Eccentric Molecules, or I'll add in like a spritz if I want to be a little spicy at night. I'll do like an incensey spritz. So I have a bunch of incenses. There's this one from Firmenich that they gave me this, like you actually can't buy it, I don't think, but it's just like an incense bar. So I'll do that on top.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I'm a layerer. Yeah.
I love
And
that.
I'm
I
okay
love
with
to
that.
layer too.
Yeah. What do you like to do? What's your go-to?
I'm such a gourmand girly, and I love to. I mean, I want to smell like a glazed donut at all times, but like when I layer something like that with a Delina or something floral, you smell like an expensive donut with a rose petal on it. So I love things like that. I feel like I love to layer just vanillas with things that are kind of fruity floral to give it a little bit more depth.
What are your favorite vanillas?
Well, I like that one.
Yeah.
That one's a good one. I love the Vanillary by Lush.
Oh, no, I haven't tried this. People say this all the time.
I was spraying it on and somebody was like, you smell intoxicating, which is the best compliment ever. And I like the perfumes de Marly Oriana. There's like a strong marshmallow note, some vanilla. I feel like she can be worn by herself because she's so gourmand. And I think she needs to be the one to shine, but for special occasions.
I love that.
Yeah. So going back to candles and scentscaping, if somebody wanted to kind of scentscape their world but doesn't know where to start, what would be the Sir Candleman guide to doing so?
Great question. In the book, it's so funny. I'm like one of those people. In my book is called Let It Burn, How to Illuminate Your Life with Candles and Fragrance. And I talk about a lot of things, buying candles, etc. But I have a section where I talk about scenting your spaces and specifically like signature scent type candles. And I think if you're just starting, anything that's in like light, like woods, like light vanillas, like light ambers are really good. Even like a white floral, as long as it's like light, I think it's like the key. I know people want to get the thing that has the most scent, but generally like a good candle even has like wafts scent into your home even when it's not lit, like some of these that are next to us.
For sure.
So I would just go in those kind of note ranges, kind of vanillas, ambers, simple white florals.
Do you tend to put different scents in different rooms?
Yes, but I also try a lot of candles all the time. So my home smells very fragranced in general. But for bathroom, I would generally go, I love a white floral.
Okay.
A gardenia, a jasmine, a tuberose. I love a lot of tuberose, a diptyque tuberose. I love fig notes, like figuier or anything in that realm is good. For my living room, I love like sweet and woodsy. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like that kind of goes in line with things that you've said about how sometimes people can't determine a certain note, like I can't pinpoint patchouli if it's in a composition sometimes, depending. But it's more about how the candle or the overall composition makes you feel when you're in that space.
Absolutely. Every time I light a candle, I think about feeling first before notes.
Okay.
Yeah, whereas I think some people think about like the notes. I rarely do, which is why I think Sir Candleman works. Because sometimes I look at, because I'm me, and then I'm also Sir Candleman, but I also watch him. And I'm like, it's so interesting what people love. And I talk to a lot of people that follow Sir Candleman, and it's never about the notes. It's all about the feeling.
Yeah.
So
and I think that's definitely more of a point with home fragrance too. You want to feel good when you go into a certain room. You want to feel grounded and relaxed in your bedroom. Whereas if you're in your living room entertaining, it would be, like you said, a sweeter scent that would kind of liven the party up. Yeah.
Or like, if you're entertaining, it's like, like a dinner party or like just like a pregame happy hour, like something boozy and fun. Like this is what I would do. I would do Altair, which is kind of, I think it's a rose oud.
Oh, that's lovely.
Which is delicious. It's not available everywhere. It's a good one to get.
Oh, so we'll be careful with her.
And then I'll throw like this Hotel Costas candle. It's more like a boozy kind of tea scent, if you will.
Nice.
It's really nice from this
I want to drink
hotel
that.
in Paris. It supposedly smells like the hotel, but things like that I love to do for living room, but with people. But if I'm by myself, just sweet.
Yeah, anything goes. So what are some things that you've kind of learned about scenting your life and your environment since being Sir Candleman, but also since like diving into your book?
Well, when I was writing the book, because the publisher kind of approached me to write the book, my brain hadn't even imagined about writing a book. And it actually turned into this journey where the first part of the book is about how to buy candles, things to look out for. The scent, the style, the wax, and then it goes into scenting what we call candles for the vibes. So you're scenting your home, your space, but even your spaces, then also how to gift candles. So it started turning into candles not for just you, but for other people. And then it ends on this like self-care journey. So what I learned was the importance of rituals and like habits of like self-care. The candle elevates my home. So when I step into my home, I want it to feel good because this is my sanctuary, this is my space. And I learned because a candle to really get the full bang for the buck, you can't rush it. So you need to light it and leave it for, you know, an hour or so, or however long you need for the melt pool to melt. And it told me to like slow down. Like that's actually what I got from candles, which I know can sound like very deep, but it's like just take a breath and relax and like take care of yourself, which has been incredible.
Is there anything that you kind of think about to help ground yourself as the candle is burning and you're doing your beautiful, I mean, your skin's beautiful, by the way, can we just say, like, drop the routine.
Oh my God, I'll drop the routine.
Oh my gosh, yes. But like, as you are taking that moment for self-care, is there anything in particular you do to ground yourself?
I think about grounding all the time. I grew up in South Africa where I was born in Zimbabwe, grew up in South Africa, had a backyard. So I used to actually go do good old grounding, feet on ground, which I don't have a patch of grass in my apartment. So that sucks. But music, but I do like meditative type music. I think it's really important because I spend so much time on my screen, making videos, creating videos, posting, responding, watching people's stories, you know, so much of that you need to like stop. So just put the phone down and then you do some music. I like to read and then meditation and prayer. Like I'm a deep pray person.
I love that. You have to take a moment for yourself and to step away from
How do you unwind? Any techniques?
Oh, I mean, sometimes it's more screens. Sometimes I love a good sound bath. I love like a sound bath app on my phone. But sometimes it's like a few episodes of 90 Day Fiancé and a bag of Funyuns.
There you go.
So it's about balance.
This is one I just bought a week ago, which people would be surprised to buy candles because I get signed to a lot of candles, but I was in the diptyque store for something else and then I smelled this and they got me again. It's called encre, which I think is ink in French. It's like supposed to smell like blue. It's almost like a blue inky kind of thing. It's like paper and blue ink, which I found that very calming.
That's so interesting.
Or I love excuse the wax on the side. This is Bois de Santal by Frederic Malle. That's true sandalwood. That's like sandalwood smells
that's
like.
beautiful.
So when people talk about sandalwood and it's not in that realm, they have the wrong stuff.
I mean, this one is loved. I can tell.
Yeah. I burn a lot of candles, but I try a lot, so I don't finish them. If we get this low, you know I love it.
Yeah. So I'd love to talk about like choosing candles for yourself and others. You touch on it in your book, but I want to learn from the king himself. How do you smell a candle when you're going into a store and something kind of piques your interest?
Yeah, it depends on the candle in the store. So, and how the candles are stored. Some candles have caps, some don't. If they have the cap, even better. You can actually just like smell the cap and get the full scent. Or some have a cloche on top of them, which is like the glass cloche. They do that to protect it from dust so that it doesn't get debris on it. But also you can just take that off. Diptyque, this one's burnt, but if it's not burned, I don't know if this one will move. Sometimes you can like remove a candle just like that. And like really get in there to smell it. So like that's like you can get like the fullness of the scent.
That's such a good tip.
Yeah. In a way that if the candle has been out for a while, you won't get it from the top. So that's generally how I go around testing and then picking the right stuff.
You go flip a candle over in the store.
If you do it at Diptyque, they actually have cushions to do it. It's fine. I'm sure in other stores they'll be like, what are you doing?
They thought of everything. Do you find that the scent changes very much when it's lit versus not?
It depends. So, I mean, this is scent world. So it's all in the perfumery. I was watching a Francis Kirchen interview and it was describing creating one of their signature scents into a candle, like a fine fragrance in the candle, and how you have to kind of flip the formula because basically you have base notes, middle notes, top notes, right? Which we all know. Top notes are a little bit more volatile. That's what you smell first when you kind of smell a candle. You can't always get the base in the middle because they need the light to go. So in fragrance, because what people smell is actually like at the end is almost like the base notes.
Yes.
But if you want people to feel that in a candle to be more volatile at the top, you kind of have to flip the formula. So all of that is to say like how candles smell when lit and burnt are actually very different and you just have to give it time. So when you first are smelling something, you're really just getting the top, but then over time you have to let it burn for a while to get the fullness of the candle.
That's so interesting about having to flip the structure. It makes sense in my head as you're explaining it to me and as how you experience a candle, but I just never thought about it that way.
Yeah, it's like almost like if you think about Baccarat Rouge, it's the CEO was explaining to me, it's almost like a transparent gourmand. Like it was actually a revelation. The reason why it's good is because Francis Kirchen is like an actual artiste. like from, as we all know, but it's like you're trying to create this like heavy, delicious gourmand, but like that you can see through, like the crystal baccarat collab that they were inspired by. But in order to transport that into fragrance is actually very tough because it like the top notes will burn very quickly. So you have to adjust the formula and structure to like make it what people want it to be based on the smell.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, I'm learning so much. So do you prefer to buy in person?
Oh, I buy everything everywhere.
Okay.
I'm online. I bought 2 candles last. I buy everything everywhere.
So that leads to my next question. Have you ever bought a candle kind of sight unseen just based on the description alone?
Yeah, this Costas candle. My friend said it reminded him of this time with his lover in Paris and he wants to go back. So it was like, add to cart. That was enough of a description.
Oh, I love that. And that's really tapping into the emotional aspect that you're so good at portraying, because I feel like when I'm watching your content, I can almost experience it through my screen because you're tapping so much into the feelings and how this will make you feel like you're at the fanciest hotel in Paris and this will make you feel like you're at home in Paris, etc. I love it.
I do that. What about you? I'm a blind buyer, which I don't always recommend.
Yeah, I feel like I've had some blind buys that were successful, some that were less so. So I would love to experience it and smell it in person. But listen, if something is compelling to me, I'm going to hit add to cart.
I'm a deep add to cart, but I'm trying to stop. I reorganized my space and it turned out I had a lot of candles and I had to give away a lot because I'm like, it's giving hoarder now. Yeah. So this is not good. I don't want to be the hoarder. So now I try to really think like, do I need this? If I need it for content, then yes. But if I'm just like wanting to shop, then no.
So let's talk about gifting candles and fragrances. How do you choose what you want to gift people? Do you kind of base it on their personality, or are there certain candles that are always hits?
I go generally loved scents because people, you know, people are very picky with fragrances. Some people love some things, some people hate certain things. So I'll do either one of two things. I'll either know their home decor style, so I get something gorgeous for them. So if you have more of that maximalist style, this is Harlem Candle Company.
Oh, that's beautiful.
This is gorgeous. This is their Love Candle Rose, and it's this ceramic vessel with the gold and the roses. If they have that farmhouse style, anything from PF Candle Company.
I love it.
If they're a bit more like luxe, they'll do this. So, because for some people, and I know my friends, even though I tell them not to do this, is like they won't burn it. Because they're like, it's so nice, I'm not going to burn it. So I'm like, let's at least get some home decor. I'll give you something beautiful to at least put up. But you just burn your candles because the fragrance will evaporate. But if I know these are people that burn candles, I'll go for something more generally loved, like a vanilla candle. I gift my own candle a lot, Heart of the Matter.
Oh my gosh, as you should. It's a beautiful scent.
I gift it a lot. Thank you.
So those you would consider like universally loved.
Yeah.
My mom is so like that too, where she won't burn a candle because she left one on when she went to the store one day and she just never burned one after that. So that's such a good tip about finding a vessel that looks nice among the decor and kind of emanates a little bit of scent. But if it's more of a decorative piece, let's lean into that.
I have friends who are hoarding their nice candles in like weird drawers. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like this helps no one.
Exactly. Do you feel like your aesthetic has kind of changed since you've gotten more into candles?
I know what I want it to be, but my apartment is a mess. There's too many I'm like tripping over the candles. But a little bit, yes. I realize I love a lot of like metallics.
Yes.
But the brassy kind of goldy vibe. I don't know what you call this color. That's why I love the Trudon crest. I love like these accents. I love like a lot of browns and whites and beiges. Yeah.
Love that. Well, I think it's time for us to smell some candles.
Let's do it.
So I would love to know, what candle do you consider to be your signature scent?
There's a lot of candles that I love, but this is one that I'm obsessed with. It's called Pignon. It's actually pretty light.
Okay, so this is Pignon by PF Candle Company.
And
ooh, this is nice.
I love this smell so much. It's like a cedar. It's like a dry cedar vanilla. Literally imagine like Sedona luxury spa kind of, like that like dry heat, but like warm.
Yes, and we're going there for wellness.
Yeah, for wellness. This is what I imagine. This is what I imagine. It's exactly that.
So do you combine that with the diffuser, you said?
Yeah, I have the diffuser everywhere because it's like not too strong. They're actually known for not having very strong scents, which I kind of love the wafting feeling of walking by it versus I think some people want to be kind of put into the cloud of the fragrance.
I mean, that's fine for certain spaces, but I had a coworker that would light a candle at her desk, and it was one of those that was like
too much.
It would fill the room, and I would be like, "Girl, blow that out. I'm getting a headache. Like it's beautiful, but come on now.
It's too much. It's too much. Too much." So I like, and I do like a strong scent from time to time, but like for every day, this is my go-to. I have so many of these, and I buy them a lot. They also send me a lot. They're the best. But I also buy.
So when you are working from home, you're doing some content and you just have to make those edits and you're on a timeline here, what do you turn to for your work from home candle?
This is called Mandarin Basil. And Home Court is Courtney Cox's brand.
Oh my gosh, Monica from Friends?
Yes. And I love them.
This is beautiful.
They sent me one years ago, and then I just fell in love with the brand. I buy a lot, gift a lot. They send me a lot. They're also great. Basically, the brand is all about home care that's fragranced really well. So like their counter sprays and their room sprays are delicious, and this like citrusy herbal is like perfect for like getting into the zone.
For sure. And you can really just, it smells like fresh basil. Right. It smells like fresh picked and like torn apart basil.
Yeah, I'm good. People should check out Home Court. I love Home Court.
Such a genius name too. Like home and then Courtney.
Courtney Cox. It's perfect.
They
just launched a fragrance, Coco Moi, with her daughter. Yeah.
Love that.
It's en route.
That is so sweet. So if you want to re-energize or refresh your space, what do you turn to?
I have a lot of like fresh candles, but this is pretty new. For me, re-energizing actually means grounding. It's not like too fresh. It's more like roots, you know?
Yeah.
And Lueva just came out with, it's their latest one. It's called Wasabi. So it's supposed to smell like the true wasabi root. You know, you have wasabi in the restaurant. There's like the fake wasabi, which is just dyed horseradish. There's like the real wasabi, which is like more sweet, earthy, kind of rooty. And that's what this smells like.
And this is a beautiful vessel,
gorgeous,
too.
Yeah. It's like that clay, I think.
That's
delicious.
That's true wasabi for sure. Oh my goodness.
But it almost has a fresh kind of citrusy top note to it.
I smell like something, citrusy, a little bit gingery, just really energizing.
It's like the root, The other one I love from them, which still says ground, is called beetroot. Basically, I love the roots. Anything like that feels like really earthy, which some people don't love. And it's pretty strong. You can probably smell it the most out of these. Yeah,
I can definitely smell it from where I'm sitting, but I'm not mad at it. Like, it smells just, I've never smelled a candle like this. I don't know how to verbalize it, but it's very beautiful.
One of a kind.
So last but certainly not least, we have to smell your candle, Heart of the Matter by LAFCO. This is gorgeous.
Thank you. I really do believe this is the best vanilla candle in the world. Which I would have to agree with you. I do sound like, one of those artists that's like, this is the best album I've ever made, but like truly.
It's a hit.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. And I light my candle a lot at home. And I gifted a lot. I'm really proud of it.
As you should be. Yeah. Tell me about the process of bringing this baby into the world.
Yes, I did a collaboration like 2 years ago, which was incredible. And so that was great. And that initial one was more about like, when you've been given an opportunity to do something, you want to do everything. So the vessel was super decorated. The scent was like stone fruit and fig and like all these things that I wanted because I just wanted to do everything, and it was amazing and people loved it. Then I was like, I want to do a new collab, but I really want to be in my perfumery bag. Okay? Yes. Like I really want to stretch my nose and to create something that I think like is one of a kind, feels like my account, and like it's like deep and like fragrance. And I was like, I want to explore like this idea of like self-love and like coming back to the self, like recentering. And we can either talk about bottom notes, and I had a whole story about it, which I called the roots or something. Again, I love roots.
Roots, hello.
Or the middle, or the top, which is about joy. And I wrote on the slide the middle, and these were all working concepts. I'm like, it's about getting down to the heart of the matter. And I was like inspired by years ago when I was trying to find myself before I went to grad school to figure out what I wanted to do. I went on this trip to like Southeast Asia for like 7 weeks, like by myself. I was like in these spice markets, like smelling all of these things, but it was like all of these gorgeous like sunsets and, glowy like oranges and like spiciness and just like adventure, but like freedom and like whimsy. I'm like, I want to capture that feeling of like going to find yourself. So that was where we started. We try to capture that story of like the spiciness with the cumin, the like whimsy with like the white amber. And then if you pull out the box, like the artwork.
Oh, the artwork's beautiful.
It's gorgeous. It's like this watercolor. And it's really like the story of, if you turn it to the side, it's like supposed to mimic the sunsets, but also the mountains, which is like the travel.
I totally see the mountains.
And then there's this like gold, which is supposed to like be like, there's something like turning the light on like in your heart. So like we went through so many different foils. So it's like it needs to be the right glimmer in the light.
Yeah.
So I'm very...
the box is just so beautiful. So good.
Yeah. And what I love about LAFCO candles, not to make this the LAFCO, I have so many of them. I love them. This is hand-blown glass. So almost all their vessels are different and like thick. And they just burn so clean and like really nice. And they're really up there with the fragrance concentration. So I'm very proud of it. I've never smelled anything that smells like this. The way I would describe it is that, you know how people love your skin but better?
Yes.
Scents, like skin scent. It's almost like a home skin scent. It's like a skin scent for your home.
I definitely got that.
That's how
it's
I
like
feel
that
about it.
intimate pulse point. It's a sexy scent, if I do say so myself. And I feel like this would hit as a body lotion. I want to do the thing where you take the melted wax and use it as a solid fragrance. This is a beautiful scent. You should be so proud.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it.
I'm obsessed.
I worked hard on that one.
So, are you ready to play Scent Connection?
Let's do it. Wait, what's the rules of the game?
Okay, so this is our rapid fire segment where I will ask you a question and you just give me the first thing that comes to your mind. We talked a lot about feeling and emotions being a core part of living with fragrance. So I want to see how you would bottle specific feelings. You ready to play?
Let's do it.
What does a moment of self-care smell like?
Matcha, rice, jasmine.
Ooh, yes. Yeah. I love a matcha scent. What does celebration smell like?
Stone fruit and oud.
Yes.
And champagne.
Definitely champagne. What did getting the first draft of your book smell like?
Oh, that was pure joy. I was like, what? That smells like juicy citrus, grapefruit, but juicy with honey.
Ooh, love that. What does love smell like?
I'm going to keep this. Well, I need to make a scent that's this. Resin, like opopanoxy resin.
Okay.
And sugar, like spun sugar.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, I want to smell that.
Yeah, me too.
What does getting yourself a little treat smell like?
Oh, it's like Heart of the Matter. It's like, whipped grounding vanilla.
It'll make you feel good.
Yeah.
And as we're easing into fall, saying goodbye to summer, what does fall smell like?
Sweet, warm blanket.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not like clean linen. I always tell them because the people, I have this thing where I come for clean linen, which I actually think is fine. I just think it's boring.
Do you tend to change what you're burning in the house, like according to seasons or according to moods, or? I
go by mood. Okay. I have a new feeling every day. So much to happen.
Yeah.
Literally every night I'll be like, how do I feel? Either how do I feel or how do I want to feel? And that's what I burn.
I love that.
So I switch it up a lot.
As you should. I mean, I feel like I have different moods every hour. Yeah. So
what do you burn when you are feeling, like if you want to feel like, I wouldn't say like relax kind of vibe, but just like chill and like, but like upbeat, you know?
Yeah.
And like the vibes are good.
I feel like when the vibes are good and I want to keep them going, I love like a tea scented candle. I feel like tea scents in the home feel very comforting to me, but also not like they're comforting and interesting in a way, but there's a freshness to them so that you feel really vibrant and energized. But if I'm trying to wind down, definitely something vanilla, definitely something homey vanilla with some woodsiness to it. Yeah, but there was like, I don't know if you remember this collab from Glass House, but I've been burning it a lot in my home because, I mean, I think I'm Barbie, but there was that Barbie scented candle that they put out last year. I have like 3 of them and I refuse to burn them all the way through, but it's like strawberry, vanilla realness, nice. But like notes of plastic doll heads.
Oh, fun. Yeah. That's the kind of stuff I like when it starts getting experimental.
Kuzi, thank you so much for joining us and for teaching us how to light up our lives with candles and create these beautiful scentscapes. I feel like I've learned so much from you, even just in our conversation. And I have one last question for you if you're ready.
Let's do it.
How have candles changed your life and how do you feel that they'll change the lives of everyone listening?
candles have truly been a brick road of blessings for me. When I stumbled into that store in Paris to get that candle, I had no idea what would happen, but they have allowed me to show my authentic self online in a way that I haven't been able to do before, but also literally bring in light into my home in the candle. So that's what I hope they do for other people, allow you to express parts of yourself within your home or in your body, however you feel about fragrance, but with the intention of truly illuminating your life. Like, you need to be more of you and feel more lit up as you.
I love that. And everyone looks good in candlelight. Come on.
They do. We love a soft light.
Oh, we do.
Love a soft light.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. This
again.
was so fun.